Okay, so you're getting ready for a shoe and leather accessories shop manager interview.
Really cool.
Yeah, super cool.
Love it.
We are diving deep into RoleCatcher's insights to help you absolutely crush this thing.
Yeah, we're going to make sure that you are crafting answers that really showcase your expertise.
Yes.
Think of it as less like interview and more like you're having a conversation with a fellow shoe enthusiast who just happens to have a job for you.
Okay, I like those odds. I like those odds a lot better.
Yes.
So before we get into the actual questions, can you paint a picture of this role?
Okay.
What's the day-to-day look like for a shoe and leather accessories shop manager?
So imagine this. You walk into a shop
Okay.
and it is filled with the smell of fine leather, the gleam of polished shoes. You're not just like managing inventory, you're curating an experience.
Right.
You are leading a team
Right.
who is as passionate about the stuff as you are
Totally.
about craftsmanship, and your customers are coming to you because they want to have that experience.
They want that experience, yeah.
They're interested in the history of like a Goodyear welt as much as they are in like the latest trends.
See, this is why I need you here, because I was going to say something like helping people find the perfect fit. But you're talking about Goodyear welts?
Right.
So much more knowledgeable.
We're going to elevate your vocabulary when it comes to this stuff.
I love it.
Yes.
I'm already picturing myself like rocking a killer pair of boots, discussing Italian leather with a discerning customer.
Yes.
Let's talk about how RoleCatcher's AI can help me land that dream scenario.
So it's almost like having a brand manager for your resume and for your interview skills.
Okay.
So the AI can actually analyze a job description that you're interested in and tell you exactly what skills to highlight based on what that job description is looking for.
Oh, interesting.
So instead of just saying on your resume, like, managed a team, you could say something like, motivated a sales team to exceed targets by 15% through product knowledge training focused on luxury leather goods.
Oh, it's so much better.
Right.
It's subtle, but it's powerful.
Okay.
So it's like you said, it's like taking my experience and really tailoring it to their needs and making me look amazing.
Exactly. It makes you look like you are the perfect candidate.
I love it. And what about interview practice?
Yeah.
Because the interview is always the nerve-wracking part for me.
Yeah. So RoleCatcher also has you covered there, so you can actually go through and do some practice interview questions, and the AI will listen to your responses and give you feedback on them.
Oh, wow.
It will give you feedback on your content, your delivery, even your tone of voice.
That's next level. That's amazing. Okay.
Now you're having a mock interview with a supercomputer.
I love it. All right. So let's dive into some of these questions.
Okay.
Question number 1, and it is a classic. Describe your experience in managing a shoe and leather accessories shop.
Okay.
Seems simple enough, but what are they really looking for here?
So this is your time to shine.
Yeah.
This is where you can show that you're not just a manager, but like we were saying before, you are a connoisseur, you have a passion for this. Don't just list out your past roles and your past titles, but talk about, maybe a specific time where you helped a customer understand the difference between full grain leather and top grain leather.
Ooh.
Or a time when your knowledge of shoe construction actually helped you solve a problem for a customer or resolve a tricky customer issue.
Yep.
You really want them to think like, wow, this person lives and breathes this world.
Passion is the key ingredient.
Yes.
Okay, question number 2. What strategies have you used to increase sales in a shoe and leather accessories shop?
So this is where you get to showcase your business acumen.
Okay.
So again, don't be generic with this, be specific. Talk about maybe a time when you implemented a really successful loyalty program that gave customers exclusive access to maybe like a trunk show with an artisanal shoemaker. Or how about this? Maybe you curated themed displays that highlighted the history of certain leather making techniques that drove interest in sales.
So it's about visual storytelling as much as it is about like sales numbers and figures.
Exactly. You want to paint them a picture.
Okay. I love it. What are some pitfalls to avoid with this question?
I would say the biggest pitfall is giving generic answers, like social media marketing.
Right.
So instead of just saying, I'm going to use Instagram, really think about, okay, well, how would you use Instagram to target this specific market?
Okay.
Maybe you would collaborate with a local influencer who specializes in menswear or sustainable fashion or something.
It's about being specific and knowing your audience.
Yes.
Okay, question number 3 delves into operations. How do you manage inventory in a shoe and leather accessory shop?
Okay.
This one seems pretty straightforward. I feel like you would just like keep track of your inventory.
So it's a little bit more nuanced than that because you're dealing with high-value items that are often very delicate.
Yeah.
So talk about maybe systems that you've implemented for tracking slow-moving stock.
Okay.
Maybe you have like a color-coded system for your seasonal collections that helps prevent you from having too much stock at the end of a season. You can even talk about how you pay meticulous attention to detail when it comes to storing these delicate leather goods, you know? Climate Control Desk covers the whole 9 yards.
So it's about highlighting those small details that really make a difference in this market.
Yes.
Okay, now question number 4. How do you train and manage staff in a shoe and leather accessories shop?
This is a big one.
So this is about more than just ringing up sales, right?
Yes. This is where you are really, you know, you think about your staff as the face of the brand when someone walks into that shop. Your staff is who they're interacting with.
Absolutely.
So it's really important to make sure that they are giving the customer the experience that you want them to have.
Right.
So instead of just saying product knowledge, talk about how you would cultivate that within your team. Maybe you have a mentorship program where your senior staff members can share their expertise with newer staff members and teach them about the different types of leather and, you know, the care techniques and all of that.
Yeah, it creates a culture of apprenticeship and passion.
Exactly.
Which I think is really important in this industry.
Yes.
What about performance reviews? Because that can always be a little bit tricky.
So I would say for performance reviews, really try to spin those as development opportunities instead of just, you know, critiquing sales figures or anything like that. Talk about how you would coach an employee to really use their knowledge to upsell customers.
Okay.
Maybe instead of just selling them a pair of shoes, how can they also encourage the customer to buy a premium insole or some shoe care products?
Okay.
You really want to show that you're invested in the growth of your employees.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm picking up on a theme here. It's all about going beyond the surface.
Yes.
It's easy to give those like surface level answers, but really going deeper. Question number 5. What do you think are the most important qualities for a shoe and leather accessories shop manager?
Okay.
Just like you get to create the job description.
This is your time to really articulate your understanding of this role and what makes it special.
Yeah.
So yes, of course, you need to say things like organization and communication, but go a little bit deeper. Talk about your passion for craftsmanship, your ability to connect with clients on a personal level, your constant pursuit of knowledge. You know, are you staying up to date with emerging designers and trends?
Oh, that's a good point.
All of that is going to show that you are really invested in this industry.
So you have to be a trend spotter.
Yes.
A storyteller, a leather aficionado, all rolled into one.
Yes.
Love it. Okay, question number 6. Can you give an example of a time when you had to deal with a difficult customer in a shoe and leather accessory shop?
Everybody has had to deal with a difficult customer at some point.
Absolutely.
So this is your time to showcase how you would handle that situation with grace.
Right. And these are luxury goods.
Yes.
Oh.
So you're dealing with products that are expensive.
Right. And sentimental, too.
So you have to be very delicate in these situations. So don't just say, I resolved the issue.
Right.
Give a specific anecdote of a time when this happened. You know, maybe a customer was really upset because there was a slight scuff on a new leather bag that they purchased.
Oh, yeah.
And to resolve the issue, you offered a complimentary cleaning and restoration.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So not only are you solving the problem, but you're also showcasing your expertise and how much you care for their prized possessions.
It's that personal touch, that extra mile that really makes a difference.
Exactly.
All right, question number 7. How do you stay up to date with the latest trends and products in the shoe and leather accessories industry? This is my favorite question because this is where I feel like you can really geek out a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. So just like we were talking about before, don't just list things.
Right.
Give specifics. You know, tell them that you read footwear news cover to cover every month.
Okay.
That you eagerly anticipate the latest issue of Shoemaster magazine.
See, now I need to subscribe to Shoemaster magazine.
Yes.
I haven't even heard that.
Yes. It's all about your passion. It's about showcasing your enthusiasm for this industry.
Okay, I love that.
You could even talk about how, you know, you subscribe to Artisan Leatherworker podcast.
Wow, see, I'm learning so much from this interview crap.
Yes.
I love it.
You know, you go to trade shows. You could even talk about how you follow renowned shoemakers on Instagram or something.
Oh, yeah.
And you see what they're doing in their studios. You get inspiration from that you're learning.
Yeah, you're constantly learning and evolving.
Exactly.
I love that. Okay, on to question number 8. This one focuses on the customer experience. How do you ensure that your shoe and leather accessory shop provides excellent customer service?
This is where you can really set yourself apart from the competition, because this is where you demonstrate your understanding that when someone's coming to a shop like this, it's not just a transaction. It's about an experience.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah. So talk about, things that you might offer in your shop. Maybe you do personalized styling sessions. Maybe you offer refreshments while people are browsing, like a little espresso bar or something.
Ooh, I love that.
You can even talk about, remembering your customer's shoe size and style preferences.
Okay, so it's about remembering those details.
Yes, that's what makes people feel special. When they come back and you're like, oh, I remember you. Yeah. You were looking for this.
Okay, love it. What else can candidates highlight here?
You could talk about how you have a system for collecting customer preferences.
Okay.
Maybe you have like a digital CRM system that keeps track of their purchase history so that you can send them personalized recommendations or exclusive invitations to new collection previews.
Okay, so it's like taking all of those details and then really putting them into action.
Exactly.
To create a personalized experience.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground with these interview questions.
Yeah.
Before we move on, can we circle back to RoleCatcher's AI for a moment?
Oh,
because you mentioned it can help analyze interview responses, but how exactly does that work?
So let's say you're about to walk into this interview.
Okay.
You can open up the RoleCatcher app and practice answering a few of the questions that we've gone over in this episode.
Okay.
The AI will actually analyze your responses in real time and give you suggestions for improvement.
That's amazing.
So it might say something like, your answer is a little bit too general. Try adding in a specific example of a time when you implemented a successful sales strategy. Or it might say, your tone is a little bit flat. Try, projecting more enthusiasm when you're talking about, your love of handcrafted footwear.
Oh, it's like having a personal interview coach in my pocket.
Yes, and the more you practice with it, the smarter it gets.
Oh, interesting.
So it really is learning your speech patterns and your, everything about your interviewing style.
I love it. Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit and talk about the bigger picture. So RoleCatcher provides some really great insights into the career trajectory of a shoe and leather accessories shop manager.
Yes.
What are some of the key takeaways that you found?
So, a lot of times people might think that this role is just a stepping stone to something else.
Right.
But it really can be a very dynamic and fulfilling career path on its own.
Okay.
And there's definitely room for growth.
Yeah. So paint me a picture. Where can this role lead?
So a lot of people will start out as a sales associate, where they're really immerse themselves in the world of, footwear and leather goods. They're on the front lines. They're interacting with customers. They're learning about the different brands.
Yeah, they're getting that firsthand experience.
Exactly. And then from there, they might move up to assistant manager, where they're starting to take on a little bit more responsibility.
So they're developing their leadership skills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have the shop manager position, which is what we're talking about today.
Right, the ultimate goal.
Yes. So as shop manager, you're leading a team. You are driving sales. You're really making sure that the shop is running smoothly.
Right. You're in charge.
Yes.
Okay.
But it doesn't have to stop there.
Okay. Where else can you go from there?
So some people might move on to become a district manager.
Okay.
So now they're overseeing multiple shops within a certain region.
Okay. So they're expanding.
Yes. And they're making sure that the brand is staying consistent across all locations.
Love that. Consistency is key.
Yes. And then with even more experience and, a proven track record, you could become a regional manager.
Wow.
So now you're responsible for a much larger territory.
Okay.
You're managing multiple district managers.
So you're like really in charge now.
You're really at the top.
Wow. Okay.
Or you could become a vice president of retail operations.
Okay, so that's the ultimate goal.
That's the top.
At the top.
Yes.
Wow. What does a vice president of retail operations do?
So you are leading the entire retail division for this brand.
Wow.
You are shaping the customer experience.
Wow.
You're influencing product development.
No way. That's amazing.
You're really inspiring an entire team of people.
Wow, that's a power move.
It is.
From like the stockroom floor to the executive suite.
Exactly.
It's amazing to see all the different places you can go with this.
It really is. And it's really cool because even though, it's a very specific niche, you can really go from, working in the shop to, like you said, being in the executive suite, making decisions about the future of a brand.
It's very cool. Okay. An expert speaker, before we wrap things up, do you have any final words of wisdom for our listeners as they embark on this really cool and exciting career path?
I would say we've talked a lot about, very specific strategies for the interview process, but don't forget to let your passion shine through.
Yes.
All of the information that we talked about is great, and, you definitely want to prepare and practice your answers.
Yes.
But when you're in that interview and you're talking to someone,
Yeah.
let your love of this stuff really be your guiding force.
I love that. Yeah.
Because they're going to feel that.
It's about conveying that you're not just trying to sell a product, you're sharing an experience.
Exactly. And when you're genuinely enthusiastic about those hand-stitched details and the history of a brand and all of that resonates with people,
Totally.
people can feel that.
Yeah.
That passion is contagious.
Oh, I love that reminder. The passion is contagious.
It really is.
Okay, so to our listener out there, get ready to step into that interview with confidence,
Yes.
with knowledge, and with a heart full of passion for this industry.
And good luck.
Yes, good luck. And we can't wait to see where this journey takes you. Until next time on The Deep Dive. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep shining.